Hi there, it's Sharon. Welcome back to Creating the Mind Space. We are going to carry on today with our Why I Love You journal. So last time we made the cover out of a box, so I'll put the link below to that. And today we are going to put the insides in, the papers inside. So let me show you this one. So I've made another. This is the one we made. This is the one I've made. It's a larger one. Again, it's made out of a box, and the papers are in this one. And I've also put these edges on, book corners, and this ring so we can attach something. There's the thread. I can't think. There's the thread that I've stitched in with, and there it is. These are called signatures, these little collections of pages. So today we are going to put our signatures together, and as you can, and we're going to stitch them in. As you can see, I've used all different papers, so you can use any paper. This one has even got a hole in. This is some really old French, it's like a science exam paper. So we're going to get this little book up to this standard. So let's have a look. As you can see, it did tear a little bit just there, so I have to get up. I've got this from a charity shop, and it's actually like some bookbinding tape, because it's made of cotton. It's a bit dirty on the outside, so let's just take that layer off. I got this at a charity shop. It didn't cost me very much at all, but what I thought is you could use masking tape to do this with. Right, so first of all, so I'm going to put some of that down there, because one, to cover these areas that I'm not that happy with, and two, it will just strengthen the spine. So I got these off Etsy, eBay, I mean, Forever Moments mini ring handle. And that's what I'm going to put on the spine. That is that. You can get, let's have a look at one here. You can get tiny ones too, if you wanted to put a smaller one on. So they're called mini ring handles. But I want to put the larger one on. So let's just put that on first. So I'm going to pick a point. I've got a pokey tool. I'm going to pick a point where I want that on. So let's have a look. I'm just sort of eyeballing the middle there. Put that through. Put my little ring in there. Doesn't want to, of course it doesn't want to go in. Just make the hole a little bit bigger. So how have you been keeping? I hope that blessings have been with you and that you're keeping well. There we go. So on the inside, we just spread those out. It's like a brad, yeah, just spread those out. So that's on the outside there. We can hang something from that. So I'm going to get this this fabric tape. It's just really, really sticky, and I'm going to take this down there. That looks better. And it'll also secure the the brad there. There. It's always best to cover these up, otherwise you end up, well, I do, I end up either injuring myself, catching my nail underneath it, or the ring thing falling out. There we go. Bring that down to there. Sticking. Sorry, I'm going out of frame there. It's sticking to me. So sticky that, you know, when you get sticky on both sides, it was actually sticking to me then. There we go. So that has strengthened the spine. It's finished it off where it had torn a little bit. So that's the thing with journaling. You can always just do that bit extra if you make a mistake, just to cover it up. And our brad is underneath. So the corners, the book corners, I think I got these off at eBay. I keep saying Etsy and I mean eBay. So can I these are some tiny ones. Just put book protection, book corner protection in your search engine, and the search on eBay, and they come up. There's so many different types. Let's just get 4 out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I put my things in these little boxes I got from Hobbycraft, and that I picked that colour because it'll sort of coordinate with that. You put your corner on, get your pliers, and just gently sort of squeeze that down. I think my husband's getting ready to go to the shop for me. He doesn't need to go. I'm just wondering if the black ones, small black ones, would look better. I seem to be having an issue with bits of velvet sticking out. Bear with me a second. Rose? No, I must be hearing things. I'm going to change it to these because I just feel that the velvet's sticking out of those, and it's the artist's prerogative to change a mind. Right, I must have been hearing things. I was convinced. See, that's a better fit. It looks better. I didn't like the velvet sort of poking out there on it. Let's grasp it in a bit tighter. Let's put it the right way around. I'm sure I can hear him in the bathroom then when I went to look. You know when you don't know if you're hearing things or not. How have you been keeping anyway? I hope everybody's well and happy. As happy as you can be in this sort of sad world. We've got a sad world at the moment, haven't we? I mean, not only are we dealing with our own personal griefs and life's daily problems, but we have all the other stuff that's going on too. I put something on Facebook earlier and then I took it down because I thought, oh, what if I'm not seen as politically correct? You just, you know, I live in a country with freedom of speech, but sometimes you're just afraid to speak. There we go, that's nice. So that's our corners on, that's better. Because the other I had little bits of velvet sticking out there. Right, so now this one has got, can you see there, 2 signatures stitched in. But it's got quite a thicker spine. This has got a narrower, it's not actually. I was going to do 1 signature, but actually I think we will do 2. So I've got some papers here. I've got some watercolour paper. I've got some dictionary. This is, I don't know if it's my husband or the dog. I can hear somebody upstairs or something. I've got some squared paper, more watercolour. I've got a little bag, little brown bag. This is some vintage paper that it's got, can you see it's got some like ink off other paper because it's obviously got water marked. Some parchment paper, some paper that I'd printed on, some coffee stained paper, just a big collection. Matte paper, some music paper, page off a dictionary that I'd coffee stained in the past. This paper that, I don't know what this is, but I quite like this. It's like snake skinny. So I've got my papers and I've made them, I've folded them so they're the right height. So none of them should be taller than the book. So they're the right height for the book. So now I need to make sure that from this spine here to here that they're the right depth for the book. So I'm going, if I folded that, let's just have a see. I'm going to check it against the spine there. And that is an ideal width of paper. You can measure it, of course, if you choose to do that. Then you can, this is called a bone fold. You can use a pair of scissors if you want to, just fold and put a good crease in. And then just work through your papers. So if I fold that in half, is that the right depth? Yes, it is. So just work through your little pile of paper. Just go around your house and search and see what appears. And then decide how you're going to put them. Are you going to put it in the middle? Are you going to put it towards the bottom? Do you want it the other way around? Do you want that in the middle? Oh, yes, we do, don't we? We like that sticking out of there. So that's that one. I can fold this one. I'm just conscious of whether I'm in frame. Yes, I am. We can fold this one. And this can go for the other signature. Let's get 2 signatures going here. This one is, if you don't want these bits folding up, you can just tear them off or cut them off. I like them folded in like that. So this one is the right width as well. I think that'd look nice. So what we'd do there is use that to store things in. So this is an I love you because, so you could put your little mementos, maybe tickets, theatre tickets, bus tickets in these. Bus tickets, who goes on a bus these days? Not many people. Do you know, I'm just worried that that is going to stick out of there. I'm going to make this one a bit smaller. So what I'm going to do, because it's in the middle, I'm going to make it like a little envelope. So let's just make it a bit smaller. I'm going to do it to there. I'm going to fold that there. So this will be in the middle, but it will close like an envelope. This will be tied in and that will close like an envelope to put things in. Yes, I like that. Right, let's get back to where we were. So we've got 3 there. We've got this music paper, which I like. I think I'm going to put the music paper as an envelope in the middle of the other one. So just let me show you again what I did. I folded it. And then I'm going to fold this little bit down. And I will show, when we start to decorate the book, I'll show you what I've done there. I think it must be my dog upstairs mooching around. Russ, I'll go to the... No, it is my husband. I'll go. Second class, please. There's just one sign from Russ. I'd have gone. I was trying to shout you. Thank you. Where's my husband? I feel real guilty now. Anyway. Oh. Do you do that? Do you ever just feel guilty for asking people to do things for you? I've got 3 there and 3 there. I do. Because I asked him and then I thought, well, actually, he doesn't need to go to the shop for me. I can do it myself. But if I had, I wouldn't have had time to do this video. So I thought, well, I asked him to go and he's decorating. And then I said, don't go. But he's still going. And now I feel guilty and he's being nice to me. They've got 3 each. Oh dear. That's why I love you, because you're so kind and caring. I think I've got the best husband that there is. South America on there and Australia on the other side. This was off of some wrapping paper. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Let's fold this. 4. Oh, I like to just play around and see which way I like them to go. I love my husband because he's so kind, he's caring, he's considerate, he's helpful. He's grumpy, but I still love him, even though he is. Here's another of that watercolour. This isn't going to go in the middle. This is going to go just on as a page. Let's do that. Let's put that on there. This one I'm going to put on there. I think this was some Christmas music. Or did I do an angel journal? I think it was left from an angel journal I did. My husband's an angel. It's probably, apart from my dad, well, in conjunction with my dad, he'll be one of the nicest people ever in my life. I love him because he's considerate and caring and thoughtful. Even when he's bad-tempered, I still love him. You've got to sort of love, like, so I tell my daughter who's married, you've got to like things more than you don't like. You've got to like more about your partner than you don't like, I think. And then it balances out, and that's how you stay together so long. That's nice. 1, 2, keep counting, 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't have to fold directly in the middle like that. You could fold part of it, and then you've got a little like folder there. But because I folded down the middle first, so I knew where my crease was. Folded that. So on here it will look like this and smaller on the back, or I could put it the other way around. Just not quite folded that straight. Yeah, so I think we try never to go to sleep on an argument. If we do, we both sort of seem to naturally wake up and apologise to each other. This is the parchment paper. Oh no, it's not. This is vellum, and it's got some coffee stain or something on it. We try never to go to sleep on an argument. That's always a tough one, isn't it? And if we fall asleep on an argument, because he's facing one way and I'm facing the other, and we're both huffing and puffing, then we always seem to just wake up and are able to sort that out. Let's just try that on there. So just keep having a look and putting it where you like it best. It's not straight, it doesn't matter. I'm getting where I'm feeling these might be enough actually. I'm going to put some I'm not going to put that in. I've just noticed Lucifer. We don't want Lucifer in our Why I Love You boot, do we? Oh, the bag, the little bag. So that's the right size. So I need to cut off some of this bag. Otherwise it's far too big. So I'm going to just fold it down there. I could cut it on my cutter. However, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be a complete and utter rogue, and I'm going to tear it off. You certainly don't want something that says Lucifer on it in a journal you're making about why you love somebody. Never throw your bits and pieces away. That'll come in for something. There we are. So we want this in this book. So I'm going to put it probably here, like that. I'll show you, when we come to decorate the books, I'll show you what to do with those. Right, that is done. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, including the middle. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We want 3 more. 7. 8. Like that there. And let's use this as some of that squared paper. Let's fold it this way. 10. 9, I mean. 9. Can't count today. Can't count. That's going to go there. It's going to go there. There. I like that effect because we've got a low pocket there and we've got a high one there. Right, there's my papers. There and there. And these are going to go in here. And that'll make the little book, Why I Love You. Right, so what we do next is you can make a template. Let's just to get this. You can make a template to do this. A lot of people make a template. So we're going to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. If you look on Etsy, I'm Etsy obsessed. If you look on YouTube, there's loads and loads of ways to do this, but I am going to use my way, and my way is the eyeball way. So that's my, from there where that crease is to there is the width of my spine, which is 1 inch. So it's 1 inch wide by the length of my book is 6 inches. So I need at 3 inches, that is the middle of the spine, 3 inches. So then I need to decide how far to come in for my holes, and I'm gonna come in at, from there, if I come in at 1, and from there, if I come in at 1 and 1. Yeah, I'm actually going to come in at 1, 2, 3, 4, a quarter of an inch. There. I'm just going to go straight through. Now be careful what you're doing this onto, because you really don't want to do it onto good wooden worktop like that. So I'm doing it onto my glass. So I've come in a quarter of an inch there and a quarter of an inch there. Made the holes. This is the bit of the journal that I least enjoy doing. It's essential, obviously. I've got 2 good holes there. But when I start using templates, I get myself all in a tangle, and that is why I prefer to do it like this. So now I'm going to go down. So I've got my 6 inches. So I'm going to come up half an inch. So I'm doing it in line with there. So I've come up half an inch there, which means I'm going to come down half an inch here, and I'm going to go through there, through there. Be so careful here. This is what my husband, I've got a block of wood somewhere that my husband gave me for doing this onto. Half an inch there. So there's my 3 holes, 1, 2, 3. So on this side, I'm going to do the exact same measurement. So we want half an inch there, that's in line, and half an inch here. I love my husband too, because he's a great dad. I love it when he brings me a cup of tea in the morning, and he always makes the bedtime drink. So that's 1. Now I'm using some red wax thread. I'm going to go 1, 2. I always go 3 times the length of the book. Let's cut 2 of those, 1 for each signature. So that's that. Now I use, this is the tip I got off Robin Dudley House, the Artsy Bohemian. It's a doll's needle. It's a big needle. Right, so I select which one of these is going to be my front, and first one in, and it's going to be this one. So what I need to do is just check all my pages are exactly where I want them to be. Just move that one up a bit. Check they're the right way up. I've done that before where I've stitched in and then they've been upside down. So that is the middle. Let's just undo that. That is the middle. I'm just going to put these, I've got some of these little clips. I'm just going to bob those onto, sorry about the arm, onto there. Use bulldog clips, any clips. Right. So now I want the middle of this. So this is just under 6. It's 1/4 inch under 6. So that means it's 5 3/4. Do you know what the easiest thing to do to find the middle will probably be? Just to fold it in half. Like that. Just nip it there and there's my middle. There's my middle. That was the easiest one. That was, did you see what I did then? I was trying to measure the middle, but because I had a funny number, I just folded like that, nipped it, and there it is. There's the middle. So that has gone through there. I'm all for making life as easy as I can. That's why I love the big needles. I can't be doing faffing around. I would never make a fine artist, me. But we're not all meant to be the same, are we? Pull that through. I'm going to take that out of there. Push that through. One of these fell out of my bag and it was on the drive and my daughter brought it in and she went, I do believe that this belongs to you. Right, so I'm going, that's at the top. So these are my front holes. I'm going to go through there. Pull that through. Let's get all this lined up now. Right. So then I'm going to come back down to this hole, which I do believe is, it's harder to tell on there on velvet than it would be on paper. I don't usually fabric back my books, but this was such lovely velvet and that lovely feel. And I just want this to be a lovely book. Just pull that through. It's because of the sticky there, it's a bit sticky. So that goes there. Careful not to pull it too tight. That goes there. And then I just go through myself there like that. Straight through. Careful on this other side. Let's check that is correctly placed. Actually, I've gone a little bit too high. Naughty me. I need to come about there. If you're a person that loves to measure, by all means, please measure it out. Now it's actually come lower down than this piece of paper, but that really doesn't matter, as you will see in the next video. In the next video, when we're going to make this into an envelope, so we'll not see the ties inside. But this, even though it's out of this, will still be held in securely. Right, so that is there. Let's come up here now. And we will assess where we think this is for this top one. Where's the fold? There we go. And that we'll go through there. And through this hole here. There we go. My arms aren't very strong. A few years ago, I just suddenly lost the use of my right arm, and would you believe it? And it was because of my neck. I'm like, what? I'm just pulling that underneath this gold ring. Yeah, I had my discs in my neck were damaged, which caused my spinal cord to sort of pop through, and so I couldn't use my right arm. So I haven't actually got very strong arms. But I have had surgery. I've had some let's pull that a bit tighter. I've got some titanium. I've got a titanium neck. Yes, got a titanium neck. And it all comes back, well, they won't say it because they know that it's probably wear and tear due to the lifting that I did as a nurse back in the sort of 80s, 90s. Because, of course, we didn't have lifting aids then. So they're certainly not going to admit it because they would have to, gosh, imagine the payouts to all of us. Oh, I've come out of there now. Imagine the payouts to all of us nurses. It would be phenomenal. Right, I've come out. Perhaps I should have done a bit longer. Yeah, so I've not got a very strong right arm. But I'm not complaining because I've had worse and I've known worse. Right. That is there. So this we need to go through. Sorry, I keep bringing it up to me. There. So that it comes up in the centre. There we go. Righty. And it's there, and we will try and get that behind there again. We will go behind there. Right. There we go. There's my line down there of stitching. And then we're just going to tie this in the middle. So I'm going to go once like that. Then I'm going to swap over the cord so it's on the opposite side. And then I'm going to tie it again. Now sometimes I leave these long so they're coming out of the bottom of the book and I can hang dangles and things on. But this I'm not, because this is going to become a pocket. So I'm going to do that. Let's take that off there. As you can see, that there it is, stitched in. Straighten that out. It's plain at being crooked. Oh God, I've just ripped it. I have just ripped it. Oh, I'm going to have to take that out now because I've just torn it. Blooming heck. Just torn it. Right, there we go. So that first one's in. And what we'll do there is we'll fasten that down, and that'll be like that. We'll glue those sides. Let's show you. Let's just do it now. Because I'm going to stitch this second signature in off camera. Because I find it so stressful. I'm going to just go down there to the middle. Down there. I am going to fold that over. There we are. So there, let's cut that off there and use this here. There's a little template. That is the wrong way, isn't it? That to there. So now in the middle there, we've got an envelope and we can't see the ties. The ties are safely tucked in there. And that's what we'll do in the centre of the other. So I'm going to, off camera, stitch this one in. And next time we will decorate the front of the book. I want to put an I love you because I'm not massively decorating this book, because this is about the owner decorating themselves. Okay then, so I'm Sharon and this is creating the mind space. And thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.